Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. Expected release date, platforms and price. A ground-up remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater is a 1:1 faithful remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, originally released in 2004 for Sony's PlayStation 2 console. As an action-adventure stealth game, you step into the role of Naked Snake, a Fox operative in 1964, with a mission to defeat his mentor, the boss, as well as prevent the outbreak of World War III. You traverse across a lush forest and various army strongholds to hunt, avoid, and kill enemies that may get in your way, thanks to the tools, weapons, and stealth camouflage you collect throughout the game. Any cuts or injuries can be managed through its iconic cure system, which allows players to use various methods, like applying medicine and bandages to Snake's body. For Delta, some of these injuries will stay throughout the game, adding to the realism that the developers want to preserve. Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater release date is expected for 2024. It is a ground-up remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater from 2004. The game is built on Unreal Engine 5 exclusively for current-generation consoles and PC. Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater was announced in May 2023. The title takes design cues from MGS-V, Phantom Pain with a modern control scheme offered. As mentioned, Kojima is no longer at Konami and is off working on Death Stranding 2 and OD, so the task of developing this remake would need to go to another studio. Many possibilities were floating around when the game was still a rumor and the trailer itself didn't shed any light on the subject, but Konami did issue a statement on who would be leading this project. In addition to Konami's development team, who is involved in the development of the Metal Gear series, the game is fully supported by Virtuos, which is a development company that has been cooperating with the past Metal Gear series. Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater is the long-rumored, long-awaited remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, originally released in 2004 for Sony's PlayStation 2. This is a 1-to-1 recreation of the original game, retaining the same soundtrack, voice actors, locations, and more. So far, Konami has only confirmed 2024 as Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater's initial release date. However, with little news since the unveiling, it is unknown exactly when the game may drop. We may be waiting until 2025. We imagine that the company would prefer the remake to be out to mark the original game's 20th anniversary of being made available on the Sony PlayStation 2 console in 2004. Snake will be able to pull off plenty of stealth maneuvers to remain undetected, such as the usual crouching, crawling, and shimmying, but the camouflage system is also back in full effect. The first instance we see is Snake wading through a river wearing an alligator head to fool a nearby enemy, as well as covering himself in mud to blend into the riverbank as a soldier walks by. CQC, or Close Quarters Combat, is also back in a big way. Snake can approach and dispatch guards with a few swift moves to incapacitate or kill them depending on your style. Going for a non-lethal approach allows you to interrogate guards for information in the same way you could in Metal Gear Solid 5. We don't see what kind of intel you can gather from guards this way, however. Although no firm release date is yet to be confirmed, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater pre-orders are available now physically. Konami has revealed 2 editions you can pre-order right now. The Tactical Edition for $69.99 nets you the game in a physical box, available for both Sony PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X/S. There's also a collector's edition, but it's currently out of stock. The confirmed Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater platforms are PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC. This rules out previous generation consoles such as the Xbox One and PS4, and the Nintendo Switch, too. It's not too big a shock factoring in that the remake uses Unreal Engine 5, arguably the most intensive game engine on the market right now, but it may be disappointing to those on older hardware. Unfortunately, no Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater system requirements are available yet, so we are unable to gauge the kind of hardware your PC will need to run the game. Given the level of graphical fidelity on display, we would not be surprised to see recommended specs at the higher end of the spectrum, such as an RTX 3080 or a newer card like an RTX 4070.